because they know they have a weak case and they're just going after someone that really can't defend themselves. Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I'm George. We're all George. So this morning, I want to talk about this little dip with Bitcoin. You can see Bitcoin fell below 23,000. And all of a sudden, this happened. And you may be wondering why. And I do believe I have found the cause. And it's due to none other than Gary Gensler and the SEC. So yesterday, it was reported that SEC is already investigating the crypto exchange Kraken, which is a fairly large exchange in the US. And this is over security violations. Now, when I first read this, I'm like, okay, this by itself would not prompt the market to dip, right? But this is concerning because what does this mean? Is the SEC going to go after Binance or go after Coinbase, right? Or have they already? Are they going to go after Gemini, which they do have a lawsuit against right now? So we don't know, but it's looking like the SEC is just kind of, trying to just disrupt things. Right? It's fairly obvious that Gary Gensler wants more control, and he does not like the way crypto is evolving right now. He does not like a free market. So this is what's happening. So we don't know exactly what's going to happen with Kraken. It's rumored that they will just settle, right? And maybe they have to delist a lot of the coins on their platform, right? This is all due to this. Okay, it's not just rumor anymore, but this is settled. Kraken, which is one of the crypto exchanges, Bitcoin exchanges in the U.S., they have settled with the SEC. They're paying $30 million fine. Okay, so there goes Survive. It's not like Kraken is going to shut down because of this. They're paying a $30 million fine, and they're stopping staking altogether, except ETH, because they can't unstake ETH even if they wanted to, right? But they did stop their staking service. This does not mean its withdrawals are stopped or anything like that. No, you just can't stake anymore. That means Kraken won't allow users to stake. The whole thing to me seems quite silly. Again, I think it's Gary, because crypto brought on so many new things that current financial markets have never, ever, ever seen before. So even something that is inherently built in to crypto, and you can't really change it, like staking is essential to powering the network and securing the network, right? That is essential, but it's something that Gary doesn't like because it's new. And he decided, let's just go after exchange. And look at this. Why did he go after Kraken, do you think? Why do you think the SEC didn't go after Coinbase? Coinbase is the biggest U.S. exchange. So if they really wanted to shut down staking, why did they go after Kraken, one of the smaller exchanges in the U.S.? Because they know they have a weak case and they're just going after someone that really can't defend themselves, right? If they went after Coinbase on this, I think Coinbase would fight this a lot better with their army of lawyers rather than Kraken, who doesn't have as much money to be able to fight. But because of this strategy, and now that Kraken has shut down, well, this sends a shockwave throughout the industry, and all these other exchanges are like, we better watch out, right? So Gary he didn't do this on purpose. I mean, he did do this on purpose, but he didn't do it by accident picking Kraken. He knew exactly what he was doing. He doesn't want a long, drawn-out case like what's going on with Ripple, and he may lose that, right? So this is the reason why they went after Kraken, because Coinbase also offers staking. Binance.us offers staking. In fact, I think Binance.us has the most amount of the offering for staked coins. I think they have like 10 or something like that. And Coinbase has like 6. I don't even know how many Kraken has. Probably like 6 or something. It's not like there's hundreds of them. It's just a little bit, right? But make no mistake, this is an attack on crypto. And Gary did this on purpose. Even one of his own fellow commissioners. Keep in mind, Gary's making this decision basically single-handedly, right? You have SEC Commissioner Hester, who's known as Crypto Mom. She came out and blasted the SEC due to this. She's like, we've known about staking all this time. It's not like we didn't know. Staking's been around for years. But she didn't name names, but she just labeled her own commission lazy, basically. Paternalistic and lazy. She's like, all this time we could have been working at formulating rules and laws, to regulate, let's say, staking, but instead we just shut it down altogether, right? So even people in the SEC feels like this is wrong, right? But unfortunately, this has happened. And it'll be interesting to see, like I mentioned, Coinbase and Binance.us, are they go proactively to shut down their staking service, or will they fight it? Or they will wait until the SEC comes back to them and they will say, no, we're fighting this, right? I don't know. I don't know. But I think it's no accident that they chose a Kraken, not Coinbase or not Binance, because they don't want to draw this out, because they really don't have. And I don't think anyone really knew about this. I don't think any of the politicians, any of the other regulators actually knew about it. This is one of those things that I think the SEC wanted to get done really fast, sweep under the rug and say, okay, now we got control. Now we ended staking, right? But who knows? Who knows? Maybe this will be overturned. Maybe maybe one of the other exchanges goes to battle with SEC and brings it to Supreme Court. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen here. But this is what spooked the market, okay? So it is done. And all of a sudden, the IRS is seeking approval to identify Kraken crypto customers. So the IRS went to Kraken before, asking Kraken to open the books to its customers, which Kraken has denied before. But this comes minutes after the settlement with the SEC, right? So again, not accident that Kraken was chosen. You know that IRS and SEC and Gary Gensler, they had a conversation before this, and SEC already knew, Kraken's go cave in, so this is perfect time for you to go in and look at all their books. So no accident at all. I don't know what else to say about this. Okay, but here's the thing. Here's the bigger picture here. Here's the bigger picture. We don't know what's going to happen to centralized exchanges in the U.S., right? Will they all cave in? There's a good chance of that, right? Does that mean the staking industry is dead? Does that mean every single proof of stake coin is dead? The answer is no, okay? Because this is just the U.S. Crypto is not limited to just the U.S., right? Crypto is worldwide, decentralized. Thousands upon thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of stakers around the world, okay? And this is just talking about centralized exchanges. You can stake directly from your wallet. A lot of you guys have the Trust wallet. You can stake directly within, okay? So it has nothing to do with that. And there's no way in hell that SEC is able to identify you or me or someone else staking natively, either through a native wallet or a mobile wallet or any other hardware wallet, right? There's no way they could stop that. So does this mean it's the end of staking? No, nowhere close to that, okay? And let's not forget, besides native staking and mobile staking and hardware staking, right, you still have the DEXs. You still have the DeFi projects out there. Before I move on, I want to talk about privacy really quick. Are you concerned about your internet activity being monitored? Or are you concerned that centralized exchanges are tracking your location through your IP? If so, and you want to keep your activity and location private, then check out NordVPN. NordVPN helps protect your online privacy and security through their virtual private network spread across the world. Using NordVPN, you can hide your IP address, encrypt your internet connection, shielding your digital life from prying eyes like internet service providers, network administrators, crypto exchanges, and even from the government. NordVPN uses military-grade encryption and has a strict no-log policy to keep your data safe from hackers and cyber criminals. Plus, with over 5,000 servers in 59 countries, you can easily access the internet anywhere in the world while being protected. Whether you're at home or on the go, NordVPN has you covered. If you want to learn more about NordVPN, check out the URL in the description of this video. And I'll bring up this chart right here. There's two crosses that's happening right now. So on a daily chart, which is the bottom one, we have formed a golden cross. The 50 has moved above the 200 moving average. That's called a golden cross, and that's bad. That's good. That's good. Now, on top here, unfortunately, on the weekly chart, we also have another cross going called the death cross. The 200 is about to move above the 50. So we have conflicting reports right now, okay? So not only do we have a weekly death cross, which traditionally is bad. In fact, Bitcoin's 14-year history has never seen a death cross on its weekly chart. But on the daily chart, a shorter time frame, we're getting that golden cross, which I'm going to tell you about in a little bit. But so like right now, there's this conflict. So the bears and bulls are kind of arguing which one is more significant. Here's the thing. Both of these crosses, they're using moving averages, either on a daily scale or weekly scale. You could do it on any time frame. They're considered lagging indicators. That means you have to have price movement move a certain direction for so long before those moving averages actually start moving down or upwards, right? So we have seen many times when we have formed a death cross, and that actually, even though it sounds bad, it's actually good because that means we have found the bottom and we are recovering, right? And this could have happened because, well, we had the longest drawdown we ever seen for Bitcoin, even though previous drawdowns had a bigger percentage drop. But in terms of number of days, this last one we went through was the longest ever for Bitcoin. We had never seen a drawdown longer than the one we just experienced. So keep that in mind. So that could be the reason why we have never seen a weekly death cross, because previous cycles, previous bottoms, we recovered already, right? So there's that. So I wouldn't put much emphasis on this. I know the bears, the naysayers will say, well, this is horrible. You got to sell. You got to sell everything because the death cross is coming. No, I see the opposite. I see this as indication that we have hit bottom. And we are now flipping above. And the daily golden cross supports that. If the daily golden cross coming up, you know that we are definitely coming up. And that's why I don't pay a lot of attention to the weekly death cross. I pay attention to this. This is what happened last time Bitcoin formed a golden cross. Actually, it formed a couple times. Sometimes it happens often. But sometimes when it does happen, like back in 2019, when we formed the golden cross after recovering from bottom, that's the most important thing, all right? We jumped up quite a lot. We jumped up 154%. It's relevant because that's exactly what we did. We just formed bottom and we're recovering up. Now, the other times you see here, sometimes they're just kind of like midstream. So, the ups and downs are not so prevalent, but the important one is to see the one in 2019 when we recovered from bottom. We had a huge recovery upwards. I remember from 3,000 to about 14,000 really, really quickly, right? And if we follow the same footsteps, well, then we'll see about 60,000 in about 60 days, okay? And another thing to keep in mind, look at the golden cross when it formed in 2020, okay? That one brought Bitcoin up from 6,000 all the way up to basically 60,000. That is actually a 10x, okay? I don't anticipate that we're going to see something like that right now, but good things have happened when we had golden crosses form on a daily chart, okay? So I'm looking forward to it. Let's just put it that way.